Well, hello people. Welcome to the M9 motorway here. I'm heading southeast towards Kilkenny City. So yeah, I'm going to Kilkenny, and you're all welcome to come along for the spin, right? So stay tuned, my friends, stay tuned, right? I'm in a kind of a sad, reflective type of mood today, my friends, because a local neighbour of mine who I know, well, knew all my life, died. And she died alone in her home, which I thought was very sad. She's only in her early 50s. I know her all my life, and we'd often pass one another on the road that I live on in our cars, right? And she'd wave to me and I'd wave to her. And yeah, she's buried, and I just feel real sad about it. And coming up here, I passed by her house, and her car is sitting outside her front door. So her car is sitting outside her front door. Her house will always be there, right? And just passing the car here, she's gone forever, and I just feel miffed is the word I'd use. I'm miffed over it, right? She was a lovely girl. So anyway, yeah, that's that kind of news, right? And then there's stuff that's after happening within the last, say, 12 months, right? Now, nothing sinister, nothing bad, right? But what could I say? There were things I didn't see coming, right? And I feel a bit broken-hearted by it, right? Now, nothing personal towards me or anything like that. Nothing to do with me at all, right? But I just feel broken-hearted, right? It's like that song from, do you know Carly Simon? You know that song, nothing ever stays the same, and are you willing to play the game? It's when things like this happen, kind of changes, and you know, life changes. It always reminds me of that song from Carly Simon. Actually, the lyrics of that song are fantastic. Yeah, so that's where I'm at, my friends. That's where I'm at, right? You know something? But something like that happens to that girl after passing away there now, right? My friend, or not a friend, my neighbour, right? Passing away there, right? It just reminds me of losing my dad, losing my mum, losing a really, really, really good friend, and yeah, and there's kind of nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it, right? And it's the same thing I find if people are in trouble and are going through shit, you know what I mean, kind of a shit, and you try to communicate with them and you're trying to help them, and you're not getting through to them, and you're not helping them. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. That's all I can say. The same thing if someone has a terminal illness or something, and there's not a thing you can do. Not a thing you can do for them. Not a thing. That's a mad feeling. A mad feeling. Like I'm 100% convinced that a majority of people that we meet every single day cry on the inside most days. They cry on the inside most days because because life has broken them. You know what I mean? Now they keep on going like everybody else, but they're broken on the inside, and I just find that really sad. Right, listen, anyway, let's kind of what's the word? Bring the mood up, people. Bring the mood up. So yeah, so I'm going down here to Kilkenny, and you're all very, very welcome to join me. So let's have a look at the countryside here along the M9 motorway. I think I'm in Carlow, or I don't know. I'm heading to Kilkenny anyway, so I think I'm in County Kilkenny now. Look. So there's the green fields this side. There's green fields that side, farmland, trees. Right, people, I'll see you in Kilkenny City, okay? Just after passing the van there that cheered me up there, right? The advertising on the van is the man that does the cleaning, right? So he's obviously a cleaner, a window cleaner or something. The man that does the cleaning. Very good. Right, people, welcome to Kilkenny, the medieval city. I don't know how it managed to get the city status because I don't think it's big enough to be a city, but anyway, fair play to them. So yeah, so coming down now close to the main street here and to the castle. Hello there now. Can I have a pot of tea and a scone with some strawberry jam, please? Thank you very much. Place here called the Black Cat Cafe upstairs. Will I go in there? Or maybe go down along here a bit more, get something. I don't know. We'll have a look. This is called Butler Gallery. Look at that for a cool shop. Lady Lorna. Very good. The breakfast is served all day in here. Let me try here.
Yeah, you could imagine it, couldn't you?
Right, the Cave Coffee, Irish house tea, $2.80. The jumbo breakfast, $10.95. What else did he have here? Scrambled egg and toast. I think I'll go in here, my friends. Kettler's, right? Kettler's in. I'm going with the bangers and mash special and a pot of tea. So let's tuck into this bangers and mash, right? And of course, pot of tea.
29th is a Wednesday, so.
Right, let's try this ice cream. Here's a cool story about, don't know if you can see it there in that portrait there, Alice Kettler. She lived here in this pub, right? Look at this, back in 1324. See, it says, look, Any woman, Claire Nolan, published a book in 2008 on the life of the notorious noblewoman who disappeared without trace in 1324. She was thought to have supernatural powers and to have poisoned several men, including 3 of her husbands, some 3,000 miles away in the US Midwest back in 2003. An artist painted a portrait of Alice because he liked her story, having come across it in a library in New York. Paddy Shaw had never heard of Claire Nolan or her book called The Stone. He couldn't have, because it wasn't written until 5 years later. At the time when he was exhibiting the painting in New York, Claire Nolan's book was just an idea. Paddy was clearing out his studio and decided it was time to send Alice home. He gave the painting without charge to Nicky Flynn of Kettler's Inn on St Canice Street, Kilkenny, where the pub stands is where Alice once lived. The paintings was brought to the attention of Claire's father, well-known genealogist Pat Nolan. Pat was flabbergasted when he saw it. The resemblance to his daughter was uncanny. I almost fell over with shock, he said. He rang Claire, who came down that weekend to see the image, and was physically shocked when she first saw the work, as there are no known photographs of Alice. It was like looking at myself in the mirror. The eyes, face, posture, body shape, everything was like me, except for the malevolent look on Alice's face, she said. It gets even more creepy. The dress in the painting is almost identical to the one that Claire wears when she is reading excerpts from the book. Asked if it was the work of Alice up to her old tricks, Claire said it was definitely very strange and could not really be explained on the basis of fact. Mad story, isn't it? So just reading here about the original owner of Kettler's here, right? So it's saying the original owner of this inn was one Dame Alice Kettler, who was born in Kilkenny in the year 1263, the daughter of a Norman banker. In her time she gained much notoriety, not least because she acquired 4 husbands and a considerable fortune. In 1324 her enemies eventually conspired to accuse her of witchcraft and have her burned at the stake. Fortunately, her friends amongst the nobility intervened and organised her escape to England, where she disappeared from the annals of history. Less fortunate was her maid Petronella, who was condemned to be whipped through the streets and burned at the stake. Sentence was duly administered. It is now generally accepted that the charges against Dame Alice and her associates were trumped up, but what is on record as being certainly true is that this Kettler's Inn was a place of merrymaking and good cheer. The Kettler's Inn, the house of Dame Alice Kettler, a member of the wealthy banking family of that name, who was charged with witchcraft and heresy by Richard de Ledred, Bishop of Ossory, in 1323. So that bangers and mash dinner and the ice cream and a pot of tea came to 25 euros. So I don't know what you think of that, but that's Kettler's Inn there. Now that's like a gold mine there for tourists, for definite. I'd say it's making a fortune there, but at them prices definitely. Cool name for a shop, isn't it? Serendipity. That's lovely, isn't it? Food for life. Look at the painting around the door, look. Isn't it cool? So if you're looking for Indian food, here's an Indian restaurant here, and it's after winning stuff. Look, it won Asian Food Awards Ireland 2017. Yes Chef Takeaway, Indian Takeaway of the Year 2022, and it won Yes Chef 2019 Indian Restaurant of the Year. Here's a shop here called the Gift Horse, look. So if you're looking for gifts, they're lovely, aren't they? Look, two little kind of leopards. Look at the little birds. Very good. The hounds. I love that painting there. That's a cool shop. It's called the Gift Horse, okay? Check that out if you're in Kilkenny City, okay? Look at this one called Butter Slip. Here's another barber shop here, Barber Book, and they're looking for a barber. Look, will I go in and apply, will I? Barber required for full or part-time only. That's a cool name, isn't it, for a coffee shop? Blah, blah, blah. Coffee and sandwiches. Look at this sculpture here. This is a big hoary county, you know what I mean? They won the All Ireland loads of times, look. So they're all holders, look. Isn't that cool? Going this walkway along the river, I think it leads back into the Kilkenny Castle here. And we'll go in and have a look at the grounds of Kilkenny Castle, okay? Well, I'm just reading about this bridge over here, right? Off here, look. It's amazing things that you don't know. So look, there's a picture of the bridge way back, okay? So it says the first bridge on this site was built about 1200 by William the Earl Marshal. In 1338, Friar John Klein wrote of a flood which washed away the bridge. And in 1763, another flood carried away both John's Bridge and Green's Bridge. It is said that 13 people who were on the bridge were drowned. In 2002, archaeological investigations under St John's Bridge identified timber and stone remains of the bridge carried away in 1763, as well as prehistoric wooden fences dating back to 755 to 400 BC. Wow. Mr. George Smith designed the bridge pictured above, which is this one up here, okay? It was completed by 1767 and built by the Colls of Maddoxtown, farmers, carters and others who had to bring horse-drawn vehicles over the bridge were challenged by its steepness. It was replaced by the present structure in 1910, which at the time was the longest single-span reinforced concrete bridge in Ireland. Hello, tree ducks. Are you having a nice day, yeah? You're having a lovely little paddle up the river, yeah? See yous, bye. Oh, it's just cool. The noise of the birds along here is just incredible. I don't know if you can hear them here, but they're just, see all these trees, look, obviously, it's just full of life, you know. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at the walls here of the castle, look. We'll go in there now in a minute, okay? little plants grown on the castle walls, look. See them here, look. It's not amazing how it's able to get, look, in between the little gaps in the stone, look. Fantastic. There's a different kind of one there, look. Super cool. Super cool. Go back into the river again, River Nore. Very good. Between the noise of the river and the noise of the boards, it's just fantastic, fantastic, I have to say. Fantastic, my friends. There's a blackbird up here just singing away here, look, can you hear him? That cool, isn't it? Hear him. Cool. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but anyway, it's just super cool. Oh, look at this, and this is lovely, isn't it? This is just fantastic, my friends. Fantastic. I'm telling you, get up off your arse, or your arses, and get the hell out and explore places, especially nature and trees and birds and stuff, right? Oh, it's just brilliant. Brilliant, my friends, brilliant. Look, this looks like an entrance into someone's house, look. Imagine living in there now and having all that big massive garden. Isn't it class, look. Let's go down along here. See this plant here, right? Wild plant here. I don't know what its real name is, but when we were small, it used to be called, used to say it's the devil's bread. This plant here, right? Cool, isn't it? And look at these lovely, what are they, I wonder? They're cool, aren't they? Hello. Hello, little bird. Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
Right, let's go into the castle grounds here. And these just lovely trees here. Don't ask me to tell you what names they are, because I haven't got a clue. Look. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. There's another one of them there, look. Fantastic. Now, isn't this just fantastic, isn't it? Nobody else here at the moment. Beautiful pond here, gorgeous trees, and surrounded by birds. Fabulous, fabulous. Hello, birdie, up on the tree. You coming to see me, yeah? I'm just looking at all the wildlife that's in that pond here in Kilkenny Castle. Look, you have a kingfisher bird, okay? You have swans, you have a dragonfly, the frog spawn. Well, they're a mute swan and a baywick swan. So two different. Look, one's kind of a yellow here and one's kind of an orange. You have tadpoles. What's down here? It's not saying what that there is. A dragonfly nymph, pond snail, mallard duck, female mallard duck, a chick, a moorhen, a little grebe, a great divine beetle, an eel, stickleback, a coot and a grey heron, and a black-headed gull. Amazing, amazing, my friends. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just have to come in here, look. Oh, are these bluebells again? I don't know what they're bluebells, but they're gorgeous. Look at this. Aren't they lovely? Look at that. You mightn't see them on the GoPro, but there's loads of them just all across the floor of the forest under the trees here. And they're gorgeous. So you've loads of different entrances along the outer wall of the castle grounds here. There's a road here. Look at the size of that house over there, look. If that's just one house, it's absolutely huge, huge. Have a look at these bluebells here, look. They're a different colour. Or are they going to change to that colour there, the blue? Or maybe they're transgender bluebells, my friends. This is just fantastic. Fantastic walk. Check it out, my friends. The grounds of Kilkenny Castle. Now we'll walk around back towards the castle in a few minutes, okay? But this is just like what the doctor ordered. This is like, oh, this is just fantastic, fantastic. Look at all the different animals, or birds mainly, that frequent this park here in Kilkenny Castle. Look, you have the long-eared owl, you have the swift, the swallow, magpie, the jackdaw, the rook, a wood pigeon, there's rabbits, a feral pigeon, a hooded crow. What is here? Long-eared bat. There's a bat here. Kestrels, the pheasant, shaggy cap, whatever that is, a mushroom, is it? Blackbird, song thrush, mistle thrush, and a pied wagtail. Wow. Right people, welcome to Kilkenny Castle, straight in front of me here. Let's go up and investigate the castle. Now you can go in and visit it, I think it's €8 for an adult, but I'm not going to go into it if you won't allow me to use the GoPro, you know what I mean? So, oh, look at this here, look at all the bluebells underneath the trees here. Isn't that just gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous, wow. Now, what do you think? Isn't that just like a picture? Isn't it really like? That is just fantastic, fantastic. Look at that. Right people, I'm going to try and make a commitment to myself, right, that for the rest of the summer, if possible, I'm not going to spend €25 on a dinner, okay? I'm going to fill up my flask with hot water, bring tea bags and a cup, and make my own sandwiches, and wherever I go I'm going to take out the little what you call it, fold up chairs, and sit out beside my car and have tea and sandwiches without having to spend €25 a pop when I go somewhere to, you know, to eat, you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and stay to that commitment, okay? Anyway, here's the castle up here. So I'm just reading here the archaeological dig that's going on just here, right? By the OPW, which is the Office of Public Works, right? And it's stating here, the excavation of Kilkenny Castle, September 2019. Archaeological excavations are being undertaken at Kilkenny Castle on behalf of the Office of Public Works to uncover the remains of the gatehouse, which was built in the early 13th century by William Marshall, Earl of Pembroke. The gatehouse was badly damaged during the Cromwellian attack on the castle in March 1650, and what remained of it was removed in around 1770. That Oliver Cromwell guy was a dickhead, wasn't he? He came over here to Ireland and burnt down loads of fantastic abbeys and monasteries and stuff just because they were Catholic, you know what I mean? But anyway, he had his comeuppance, that guy. I know there's a big statue to him down beside the Houses of Parliament in London, but he was a dickhead. What do you think of this castle? Isn't that cool, isn't it? Look. He's missing his nose, look. But it's cool, isn't it? Right.
Continuing the transformation of Kilkenny Castle. The west curtain wall, facing the road, was built to provide more rooms for the family and their guests.
I just listened to bits of this here, information about Kilkenny Castle,
12th
right?
century fortress, 17th century chateau, and 19th century stately home. Now, the Office of Public Works has lovingly restored it, so generations to come can continue to enjoy its splendour and fascinating story. The castle was home to the powerful Butler family until as recently as 1967. Their lineage as one of the great Anglo-Irish noble families can be traced back to the 14th century. But the history of the castle goes back even further. Our story begins over 800 years ago with the Norman invasion of Ireland in 1170. Led by Richard, Earl of Pembroke, better known as Strongbow. It is said of him, what he couldn't accomplish by force, he settled by the persuasiveness of his words. Strongbow persuaded the King of Leinster to give him his daughter's hand in marriage. Aoife was the most eligible woman in the country, and said to be the most beautiful too. The legend has it that they married amidst the carnage of the Battle of Waterford, and Aoife's wedding dress was stained by the blood on the streets. Strongbow recognised the strategic importance of Kilkenny and built the first fortress in 1172 to command the crossing of the River Nore. It was probably a wooden structure fortified on a mound of earth.
Those are real Romeo and Juliet type balconies, aren't they? Romeo, Romeo, how art thou, Romeo? Yeah, it's a cool castle, my friends. Well worth a visit. Come down here. But the grounds there, you've seen the grounds, wow. Fantastic walk around there. And down here's the front rose garden. The roses are not in bloom just yet, but lovely. That's Kilkenny Castle, my friends. Well worth a visit, well worth it. All the grounds are all free to all walking. Admission into the castle is €8, but I'm not going to go in because I don't think I'm allowed to bring the GoPro in, so I won't bother with that, okay?